What's up? What's going on? It's John coming at you, your boy, with real talk. Basically, to explain to you just a little bit about what I'm going to be doing. This is basically my first little episode here. Basically, all I'm going to be doing is talking about life. Displaying my disgust with things or saying things that I like. Stuff like that. So I say make comments, whatnot, and basically, I just hope we could just have fun. That's all good. We both forget over it. But anyways, to jump right into things, some of the things we'll be talking about. These are just some of the things that I hate, that I dislike, or some of the things that you probably didn't know. My first comment is this. I watch a whole lot of news. When I wake up in the morning, first thing I do is I click on the TV, And when I'm looking at the TV, over the years, I'm 30 years old. One of the things I started noticing, rich people get away with everything. Unless they did a real sloppy crime. I'm talking about, for a rich person to get arrested, they would have to take somebody in the police station and stab the person right in front of the police officer. And I still think they'll get the minimum for that. Like, look, OJ, most black folks disagree with me. And I think they only agree with OJ because he's black. I believe OJ did it. He got away with it. I'm looking at these people who's supposed to be paying their taxes. They get away with it. I'm looking at the state I live in, Minnesota. Everybody heard about that 35W bridge that collapsed. Okay, it's been almost a year now since that happened. Tell me this. They done shut down 2 bridges. 2. Now, tell me this. In the whole lifelong that Minnesota has been a state, tell me this. What have they been doing to inspect these bridges? Tell me what they've been doing. What have they just been saying that they've been doing it? That's your tax dollars at work. That pissed me off. Almost every morning I hear they're inspecting this bridge. They found some of this stuff, and now they're going to close this bridge down. And I'm thinking, those same defects were there last year. Don't tell me that they wasn't. They were there last year. But now you seeing how your tax dollars is working. That's just like people gonna tell me, they say, John, you should be a Democrat. Put this on a side note, I'm neither a Democrat or a Republican. Because they told me Democrats gonna put more money in your pocket. Really? Well, Minnesota passed a gas tax, and our Republican governor vetoed it. Well, you know what happened? The Democrats wanted to pass it, and the Republicans jumped over the meter, jumped on the Democrat side, and they passed it too. Look. Let's check this out. They both trying to suck money out of us. I'm just going to put it like this. You may think that the next person to be president, whether it's McCain or Barack, because he just got he just got it for the Democratic Party. You may think that these people are going to try to work hard to put money in your pocket, but I'm telling you, just as you get pay raises every year, think about this. Just as you get pay raises every year, and if you go years without getting a pay raise, you won't get mad. Start thinking about getting another job, right? The government has to increase your taxes. They have to, because just as you want your pay raises, they also need to increase your taxes. But you're not getting the bang for your buck. You totally ain't getting the bang for your buck. Like I told you with the bridge situation, these defects were there last year. Now that it come under the gun, Now they're going to start doing their job and start trying to blame people for what's happening. You know, another issue, to jump on a totally different other issue, is, you know, one of the things that really makes me mad is black folks here in Minnesota. Every time I meet somebody that's black here in Minnesota, they like to talk to me like they like in Minnesota. There's a lot of suburbs here, you know, and a lot of black folks here in Minnesota. I'd never seen this before because, you know, I grew up in Mississippi, and a lot of black folks here like to act like they came from the ghetto. I had to break it down to one person. I was like, look, I grew up in Mississippi. I spent years on Derrick Street. I went to Rowan Middle School. You know, the house I lived in was boarded up, the only boarded up house on the street. And everybody in the school and everybody from that neighborhood knew I was living inside that house. We had no hot water. We didn't even have a sink in the bathroom for a little while. We couldn't even use the bathtub. We were taking a bath inside the sink, wherever sink in the kitchen, wherever. We had a bathtub, but it ain't had no knobs and stuff on it. So we had to boil water in the kitchen, take it in there, and fill the tub up that way. You know, and everybody knew this. And I'm looking at these people, and I'm like, even though we had that much less stuff, somebody had the nerve to break into our house and steal our clothes. We already ain't have nothing, and they stole what little bit that we had. And these people grew up with silver spoons in their mouth, good lifestyle, and I'm looking at them like, you want to trade with me? I wanted to be where you at, and you wanted to be where I'm at. Who taught you to do that? Look, this is what I'm saying. Do you? If you grew up with the silver spoon, take the silver spoon. You don't want to grow up how I grew up. That was a nasty lifestyle. Very nasty lifestyle. But yet, there's so many people here in Minnesota, and I'm pretty sure on a whole bunch of these Midwestern states, you know, and probably even down south places too, who act like they were from the ghetto because the TV portrayed as being tough. Let me tell you something. There's some heartless, gutless people that live in those neighborhoods. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little story. I tell a lot of people this story here. Real quick story. I'm sitting on my front porch, right? You know, when you have no windows in the house, you can't be ashamed. We had a dog. His name is Pup Pup. You know, Pup Pup was a red-nosed pit bull. He was snow white. Pup Pup was a lovely specimen. Never known how my daddy actually came across Pup Pup, but Pup Pup was there. And then we never named him. From a little dog, we just, come here, puppy, come on here. And finally, we just started calling him Pup Pup. I'm sitting in the front yard with Pup Pup. Pup Pup started barking. Well, why you barking, Pup Pup? What's going on, man? So I'm just sitting there, you know, hanging out on the porch, like windows is in the house, right? And so a man come walking across the street. Now I smell something. What the heck is that? Man walking across the street. He's like probably 100 pounds if he was soaking wet. He was probably 6 feet tall, eyes red, hair ain't been combed in so long, and he was just walking. You know, and so I walked to the end of the street, and I was like, dang, that smelled like somebody musty. I walked to the end of the street. Sure enough, I could smell that man across the street. He had smelled that bad from across the street. Now, do you think I would want to relive that? I would probably want to take some of you back in time so you could smell that, you know. But anyways, that's it for me. This is the very first Real Talk Live. This is all I'm going to be doing is telling stories, talking about the things that disgust me or things that I like. That's all I'm going to be doing. But anyways, people, please get at me, subscribe to me. Holler at you next time. I'm out.